Okay, Subodh.
Yes, sir, I will keep time.
Okay, you keep the time.
Sir, you can start.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. India is the largest democracy in the world. Election is the most integral and important part of the politics in democratic system of governance. So, friends, I would like to tell you about common electoral roll. So, what is common electoral roll? In the common electoral roll, only one vote list will be used for Lok Sabha election, Vidhan Sabha election, and other elections. So even as in our present setup, we are following two electoral roll, one for panchayat and municipality election uh, in most of the state prepared by the state election commissions, and other for Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha elections, which list was prepared by the Election Commission of India. So we have also a two election commission, one for Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha, and one for our state election commission. So, what are the advantages of common electoral roll? With the common electoral roll, it will reduce the duplication of efforts and money expenditure on both type of electoral roll. It will also reduce the administrative burden on different type of election commission. It will also leads to the common implementation of the policy with one election commission. So, how it can be implemented? With the constitutional amendments in Article 243K and 243ZA deal with election to panchayat and municipality in the state. With this amendment, we can adopt a common electoral roll. So some of challenges for common electoral roll. So to adopt the common electoral roll, we have required uh, consensus building exercise. Every political party should be agreed with the common electoral roll. So it is not easy. So it is tough task for our constitutional or administrative bodies to take the common electoral list. We will lead to some problem as the voter boundaries are different in the both electoral rolls, which are presently you are following. So we should be exercised with some way forwards. We should use some technologies as a digital platform for digital data bank, and uh,
Last 30 seconds.
we should also ask the participation of our citizen, so we can make the speedily very correct database, and also we should link it with the existing digital database like Aadhar and PAN. So with this we can also monitor the duplications. So lastly, I conclude my topic. uh, we have a good setup of election. We should require some reforms as make the common database and also check the
Time up.
duplicacy, and with this we can make a good database, fair transparent manner, and we can conduct a good elections in India. Thank you.
Okay, good, Gurjant Saab. Common electoral roll, one nation, one election. These are very relevant topics, and we take pride in one of the largest democracy as far as the number goes, human number, and size of electoral voters. This is a huge exercise in India, and there is now a talk that how much we should spend on these elections, monetary wise and energy wise, because there are so many hierarchical levels in our political system and many elections. And relevant to that is what is Gurjan Saab is saying, common electoral rolls. Maybe time has come to think over it positively, to curtail the expenses, to curtail the time, to have more transparency and empower the people. Okay, good Gurjan Saab. Renuka ready?
So I'll take card.
Okay, you will take card. You take 29 number.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Subodh, you need more time.
No, sir, I need a card number. Actually, sir, I was left, so I did not see your
Okay,
message.
okay. You take, I had given card 52.
Okay, sir.
No issue. Gurjan Saab, when is your likely SSB? Gurjan Saab.
Sir, I have not got date or intimation of SSB. I
Okay,
think likely it be in April month.
okay, April. Have you prepared psychological test? Little bit.
Yes, we are preparing as Dubey Sahab and Mukesh Sahab.
Okay,
We assembled at one of faculty,
okay.
and we are preparing for these all tests.
In that faculty, I'm sure, or not only faculty, you can check center also. There must be someone who is ex GTO or ex psychologist. You must check,
Yes,
including
sir. In same faculty in FDT, one of GTO, Lieutenant Colonel Anand Sharma.
okay. So you can
Uh,
seek
he is
the
taking classes, sir.
okay, good, good, because that is very important to have touch. Okay,
Sure, sir.
Tejas, you want card or you will be ready?
Yes, sir, card.
Okay, you take 71.
Okay, sir.
Okay, among Renuka and Subodh, whoever gets ready, please let me know. Gurjan Saab, be
Yes, sir.
systematic in your approach. Have your own
Sir,
notes, WAT, SRT, prepare your PIQ, prepare SDT, and keep reading it time and again. Okay,
sir,
because one feels ki I am prepared, but you must review what kind of written subject is going, because psychological test one must keep reading one's own responses. That is very important. You will come to know how it is going. Okay,
sir. Thank you, sir.
so both ready?
Yes, sir. I will.
Okay, Gurjan Saab, keep time.
Sir, Subodh, you can start.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, so good morning, gentlemen. My lecture topic is Indo-China relations. So Indo-China relations, we attach to China socially and culturally. We have very ancient times. Since from ancient times we trade with China, and we all know that the Silk Route goes all the way from India also. It is the small part of India, that is the northernmost tip of India, that is Kashmir. Kashmir and some parts of it, it has been the part of the Silk trade. That is the Silk Route, famous Silk Route. So we know that the India-China relations is not much up to the mark. We face a lot of problems with China regarding water, regarding the military ties, and regarding the expanism. We know that China believes on the theory of the expanist, and it is an expanist country. We have seen China's belligerence in the South China Sea as well as in the Indian Ocean, and because of that, we formed Quad with Japan, Australia, and USA. It is very compulsory and it is very necessary for India to defend its territory, because China frequently invades into the Indian territory. I will give one example of it. In Uttarakhand, I think in August or in September, China invaded with almost 50 horses, and it collapsed the beach from Indian side. But it could not get a hang of it to the Indian soldiers. As they reached, the Chinese sped away. We all know that we faced two wars with China in 1962 and 1967. In 1962, just because we gave in Hindi it can termed as Sharan to the Tibetan leader, that is I could not able to get his name right now. To get to Means we get Sharan, we provide him shelter so that he can't be harmed by China, and because of that we faced the 1962 war. Then after the Sikkim is a very contentious issue for both the countries, because we share almost 4,000 kilometers of border, 3,500 kilometers of border with China, and Sikkim is very important part for India, that we can also term it as chicken neck. And we faced a war with Pakistan. We faced a war with China on regarding that in 1967. That is the Battle of Nathula, and we won it with the help of our military, with the help of our brave soldiers. Not only that, we have engaged in a lot of border issues, just like the recent happening was the Galwan Valley incident, then the Doklam standoff, then the Eastern Ladakh. China claims a lot of parts of Eastern Ladakh, the Pangong Lake issue. Almost China controls half of the one third part of the Pangong Lake also, but still it wants to control all over the parts of it.
Last
And
30
the
seconds.
regions which falls in the Arunachal Pradesh region, it is also very hampering. And we need to maintain our close ties with the neighbors, because China is using the policy, debt trap policy. According to that, China gives loans, and if the country means the particular country is not able to pay the loan, then China will take over it. And Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and all the neighboring countries are facing these issues. So, according to my opinion, to maintain India-China relations, we need to maintain friendship with the powerful nations, that is Russia, USA, because in this situation, if Russia will not speak less, so it should be neutral, and it will help us, because gaining the sympathy, or we can say it as gaining the support of the international
Time
community,
up.
we will definitely defend our territory with the belly of means of the belly regions of China. Thank you.
Okay, Subodh, it was little short time preparation, but it's okay. That is how we have to practice. If some words are not there or some things is not there, don't stop, because nobody knows what you are thinking. So just find out ways and means to negotiate with words, sentences, thought process, and it is up to us how confidently we put across our views. That is very important, and we should not be showing that okay, I was stuck with something. Okay, coming to India China relations, always strained except the initial part of post independence, and since the time China betrayed our trust, Hindi Chini Bhai Bhai, we are not going to trust China. China has always time and again proved that they are not going to be good friend. As far as the full scale war goes, it is one 1962, and the second one Nathula Chola. That is a limited skirmishes or little battle, you can say, limited to a theater, just a specific portion, specific geographic area. So it is not a war actually. It is just a limited battle in particular theater, a particular geographic area which was small, Sikkim area. And now Arunachal or Galwan Valley, every time there is a problem, including Uttarakhand. So these are the indications that we will not have friendly relations. Reasons are not conventional. These are now little different. Their business interest in terms of OBOR and CPEC. These are the major reasons now. And the international trade war. Though we are not directly confronting in that arena, it is US China trade war. Slowly it will involve us also. Silently. Okay. Who is there now? Renuka?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So both keep time.
Yes, sir. You can start.
Good morning, everyone. For today's my lecture topic is generation gap. That humans have been inhabiting in this earth from since a long time. Though we know that there were many periods, Stone Age, Bronze Age, now there's an Iron Age and Computers Age also there. So humans have been living and civilizing in this on this earth since a long time. And over time, times has changed and human has also evolved. The world became developed and so did the mankind. Each generation has seen many things like new things. They have evolved, they have developed, and they have gone through many kinds of new things or experiences. This is exactly what we mean by generation gap. It is how one generation differs from the other, like how the current generation will be differing from the coming one, and how the current generation is different from the one that has gone through already. It is quite natural, and yes, it exists. But it is all like there just sometimes can be a like used in a wrong way or can be a situation to worry also. Like we all know that the young India is a country is having the now most of the population as the youth, and as hence is one of the youngest population in the world. But it also has the number of experienced person it also. So instead of like some in some sectors it is having negative impact, but it should be a positive way to gain it, as we have number of young people and number of old people, as we have new ideas and fresh viewpoints. We also have the experience of the old generation and their traditions. if these two are kept in kept and used efficiently, it can result in a greater innovations. The most common result of these clashes that happens due to the generation gap mostly happens between, as we all know, that it also happens between parents and kids in household decisions also. Most of the time, they expect children to to accept the societal norms or to follow whatever expectations they think of, and most of the times kids do not fulfill it and refuse to accept the traditional ways and go towards the modern ways. This gap needs to be understood, or in the other words, just because there's a difference in the viewpoints does not mean we should end the relationships. It is high time for both the parties to understand that no one is completely right and no one is completely wrong. Each Both are
Last 30
equal
seconds.
at each end, and hence they need to sort it out by accepting each other as the way they are. So, most importantly, the generation gap happens due to the constant change in the world. And yes, change is the nature of the world. It should how it be. But rather than change, I think evolve would be the correct word here. Like while we are evolving here, the generation gap will also be keep evolving. So each person needs to respect everyone's individuality, and rather than fitting into a particular expectation box,
Time
I
up.
think they should accept each other, and then hence comprehend each other's experiences and new ideas to build something new. Thank you.
Okay, good Renuka. This is also a very common topic which can be there in group discussion or in lecturate. Generation gap, why it should happen? It is because of some materialistic development around us, fashion changing, little bit lifestyle changing, and automatically behavior changes. But that should not happen actually. It should not be affecting relations within family and in society. Like if there are grandparents in the home, they may not be liking kids on phone or TV all the time because their childhood was different. If they compare in their mind how these kids are behaving and spending their time, it is difficult to then have a cordial relations. So it is giving space, understanding the present requirement and all those things, including the next generation to understand what kind of feelings our elders have and respecting their feelings too. Having more interaction is a solution, but then interaction, if it turns or leads to arguments, then there are problems. It is difficult actually, it is a very very complex phenomena to have cordial relations between generations. And if you see generation gap, maybe one generation 25 years and next generation within the same family, if there are three generations staying, you will see ideal gap of 25 years. Okay, good. We will just rush fast today. Tejas ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Renuka, keep time.
Yes, sir. You may start.
Good morning, everyone. Today, my topic for lecture 8 is Aadhar and privacy issues. So, when Aadhar was launched by Government of India, it was run as a flagship program, and it became a unique identification for the every citizen of the country. It was launched under a program and was managed by Unique Identification Authority of India, which provided identification card to many individuals which were not having or not accessing the other identification cards such as voter IDs or passports or driving licenses, etc. So over the year, it was initially it was only of the motto to provide identification to the citizens, but over the year, as government promoted it in a larger scale, it became one of the flagship program of government, and uh, government almost included Aadhar details in every of its programs and every of its portals or schemes it launched. So over the year, it started directly linking Aadhar data with almost all of the things one person can associate. So it started gradually linking Aadhar details with the bank accounts, with the voter IDs, the PAN cards, the ration cards, also any of the portal if government launches like employment portal and all. So it became mandatory to provide Aadhar details to that particular authority. So what happened over the year? Uh, Aadhar does not remain only the identification card for the individual. Though Aadhar is not a proof of citizenship, but now it has covered almost every detail of the citizen, the right from your name, personal information, including date of birth, your address. So it became a concern over the time. Some of the issues which propped up over the years included like it provided biometric authentication. So it had a it had a fingerprint of the particular user which having Aadhar card. Also, there are photographs of that particular citizen linked with it. So the issue propped up is with the identity frauds. Also, over the year, the demographic data uh, should emerge as a problem because Aadhar would provide address details. Also, one can illegally capture this data for various purposes. Also, there were some allegations on the government that
Last
the
30
government may
seconds.
use these Aadhar data for the electoral campaigns to identify the potential electorates in the particular region. So uh, the thing is, in the last, I feel Aadhar has now, though Supreme Court has said in 2018 that Aadhar is not violating right to privacy. The person providing consent is only providing data and sharing his data for the purpose the other authority is
Time up.
asking. I feel in the end, it should not create mandatory things, and Aadhar should be remain voluntary, and uh, updating Aadhar or providing details of Aadhar should remain at one's hand. Thank you.
Okay, very important issue, Aadhaar, and keeping the track of citizenship, knowing your own people. There are some law and order issues. We need to track our own people for various reasons. There are social crimes, cyber crimes, and a lot of other illegal things where you need to find out the traces to prove your identity, especially when there were illegal migrants in the border areas. These are the issues which really matters for a nation, at least for some time now, because our borders are not that safe. There are people who illegally come in, and then there are issues related to security. And what can be the most paramount thing? National security. Personal things are always cannot be comparable with the national security. But yes, when government is seeking your data, then must take the responsibility of preserving it secured. But then someone fights and starts talking about breach of personal security. That is a nonsense. What is personal security? If it is related to national security, then anything and everything can be suppressed and curbed and thrown away. There is no doubt about it. If you can't really held your nation's priority at top, then you are not a deserving citizen. You should be thrown out. Personal security or personal secrecy or whatever data you feel that is personal, then it is your own problem. But in the larger interest of the nation, we need to have every citizen's data. Tomorrow some crime happens, we struggle a lot. We need identity. Biometric is a superb way of keeping track. Okay, Dheeraj ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tejas, keep time.
Yes, you can start, Dheeraj.
Gentlemen, today's my lecture topic is social media. In this topic, we are going to discuss what is social media, what are the importance of it, and how it impact on our daily life. Social media is a platform through which we connect many people around the world. So nowadays, social media is influencing many people, especially the youth, than any other platform. Social media come with many options that are really liked by the youth. uh, Social media become our daily activity, like assess the information and data, social interaction, decision making. We 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 aware the happening around the world very easily by the internet, etc. It is a most valuable communication tool through which we share, spread, and create the information very easily. Nowadays, social media is playing a huge role
in in performing and in boosting the business, the advertisement, and the brand endorsement in the Facebook and Instagram. These have been become a very easy, uh, from a small startup to renowned companies are amplifying their business through this platform. Apart from Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, there are many other social media platforms which are directly connect to the people of diversity, like Quora and LinkedIn. These platforms are changing the think and mind of society. For example, yeah, if you search UPSC preparation in Google, the answer will not be that convincing. But if you search it on Quora, the answer gate will be written by UPSC topper itself. That will give a better picture and a better help to how to prepare for UPSC. Unemployment is one of the major problem facing by the youth in our country. There are many reasons, but the practical reason is that there is no direct connection between an industry and a job aspirant. So LinkedIn is a platform which connect the job aspirant and the industry together.
30
Uh,
seconds.
Use of a social media in today's world is useful and beneficial, but now some part of youth are using it for awful purpose. They should use it for a good purpose and make a best use of it, because youth consist of 50% total population of the world, sorry, of the India. At the conclusion, I feel that social media use of social media is important. We should
Time
not
up.
use it for impress the people. We should use it for impact the people. Thank you.
Okay, um, not for impressing but impacting, but it is really impacting. Question is whether it is positive impact or not. Today it is so interesting to see how even a single individual can become a media. You see a lot of single journalists or think tank people who are intellectuals are running their own channel, YouTube channel, and that is a good thing. It's the empowerment. It is a great amalgamation of talent and technology. You see, education has become so cheap. You have got easy access to many things. Only problem is the propaganda. If someone forces narrative and you get trapped to it, that will be a problem. Social media is a great tool now. You cannot live without that. See the dichotomy. Just a previous topic, Aadhar, people talk about privacy. Here is a potent force, social media, where you are not realizing how exposed you are. You sign for any website, you are giving details, and your details are into the world. Never know how it is going to be utilized. Think over it. We generally fight for silly things, and there are many serious things we are ignorant. Okay, Omkar,
Yes, sir.
Dheeraj,
I'm
quick
ready.
time.
Yes, sir. Omkar, you can start.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, sir, and my dear friends. Today, my lecture topic is drone, that is unmanned aerial vehicle. Let's the drone having construction. There is one flight controller which controls the four motor. That's the brushless DC motor, and having the carbon fiber architecture, which is and high power, giving to the motor through power board. Then the drone is able to make a maximum weight to its capacity. It's easily 1 kg to 2 kg uh, up to uplift by the help of its capability. Then the drone is used in military applications. There are recently that we imported the drone from the Israel, and also the DRDO since developed numerous indigenous drones in different parts of DRDO that under the promoting innovation of defense, that is IDEX. The Ministry of Defense in 2011 announced a scheme under the Innovation of Defense Excellence IDEX, an executive arm of Defense Innovation Organization. It is responsible for creating ecosystem for foster and increasing the innovations in the drone, because drone technology is very important. There are lots of efforts which have take and lots of application, like in agriculture farming. It is also to spread pesticides. It's implementable project, and also the government also use for the surveying the land by the drone. The that's technology is lidar, that is light. By spreading the light, that light convert the 3D dimension that given to the computer or laptop, and that can be calculated by the system how much distance. Lastly, I want to say that there are 185 startups are engaged in development of drone and various purposes of it, including military uses, surveillance, deliveries, agriculture purpose, visual mapping, and many more. The different drones having different their capability by the parameters of battery, flight controller, motors, and their architecture. They uplift weight as we required, and the also the range of the drone is decided by the RF transmitter and receiver, which is controlled by the base station. Thank you.
Okay, Omkar, drones. Drones are a very rapidly developing technology and field. If you see what are the uses Omkar is highlighting, they are interesting. Only problem area is defense, where it can be lethal. You see, modern warfare, it is changing, and drones or RPVs, these are the things which will be bringing lot of disruption. If human element is removed from attack, you see the impact. These drones, every now and then we are hearing at our border areas small level drones. Though it looks small, you never know what kind of payload it will bring in tomorrow's world. We saw US in Afghanistan, they paved the way for new dimension of warfare. From a distance, things are controlled because ultimate value is human beings' life. If you remove that and you experiment anything dropping into the enemy terrain, that is very interesting to see how far it goes, because tomorrow's nuclear bomb, if human is not carrying, imagine the implication. Okay, even biological and chemical warfare, add that dimension too. Sanjeevani, you want to speak?
No, sir.
Okay. Uh, I wanted to curtail on time. Anyone, any doubt or anything to ask? If no, we will finish. I feel your
No, sir.
studies are going on well. Keep studying, have your aim intact, and be very, very consistent with your efforts. It takes time, your results will take time, but be patient. Keep working hard. Okay, have a good day. Bye. Jai Hind.